What's up, YouTube? It's your boys, the Super Metal Bros, Drop G, Sunny D, and today we are going to be reacting to Fit for a King, Keeping Secrets. I don't know much about this band. They kind of came in after I had fallen down the deathcore rabbit hole. I was kind of out of metalcore for a little bit, so I don't know too many songs by this band. This is really us checking them out for the first time.
Yeah, same here.
Looking at some info, I found some interesting stuff. They formed out of Tyler, Texas, which not too far from here. That's out east, isn't it? From Dallas.
Yeah, that's near Athens. Kind of on your way to Athens. Like where my dad's restaurant is. So yeah.
And then some other interesting things, because I'm based out of Fort Worth. Ryan Kirby, who's the vocalist, is not an original member. He joined the band shortly after their EPs, I believe. He was in a band called Bodies Awake from Fort Worth.
Okay.
So we might have to go down that rabbit hole, check out what like local Fort Worth metalcore bands were going on, if they were even metalcore.
I probably know somebody that knows them.
This is, from what I know, feel free to correct me. As far as I know, this is one of those bands too that some of their lyrics kind of insinuates believers of God. However, they wouldn't label themselves as a Christian band.
Okay.
So
they're Christians that have a band.
Exactly.
Not a Christian band. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that fad kind of fell out. Like after the 2006, to 2010 era, it was popular to be in a Christian metalcore band. But now all those bands are like, we're just in a band. What difference does it make if we're Christians?
Well, even, okay, but even in those times, a lot like August Burns Red, for example, they've always been a Christian metalcore band, but I've never seen them advertise themselves as that. It was before that uncommon to see a Christian metal band. You know what I mean? Like, especially as big as like August Burns Red or something like that. So I think people were more just infatuated with the fact that they are Christian.
Yeah, because can you even think of like a genuine Christian metalcore band or something even as hard or relevant as August was that predates that?
Not
I'm
really.
sure they existed, but I can't think of any.
Yeah, not really. Because like Word Alive is what comes to me, but they were after, or at least the same time,
After. Yeah.
I mean, Switchfoot was really the biggest Christian thing that I remember. August Burns Red around their time, it just seemed like every like Christian youth minister became a metalcore band lead singer. There was a time when like every metalcore band was like Christian, if you will. But I mean,
I will say we grew up Christian. Not really my thing anymore. I don't judge people that are. However, I will never forgive my parents or others trying to give me Christian rock or Christian rap albums and try to tell me any of that shit was good, because it wasn't.
What was the band that did that one that like what if I stumble? Remember that song? Who gives a fuck? They all sucked. That's what I'm trying to get at.
On to Keeping Secrets.
All right, let's do it.
Ooh, I like that melody. That dude needs to put a shirt on. That's the bassist that's infamous for multiple spinny boys. Breakdown time? I like that the cleans of the song, which I normally wouldn't. I really liked the melodies. I liked the tone of his voice. He's definitely the vocals were the standout for me on that one. Everything else was just kind of mid. I mean, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but it was a very standout-ish to me. I've heard songs by this band before, and I know they have some pretty heavy bangers within their
Okay.
catalog. Not sure what those are. If you guys know, like, just list some of their heaviest songs down in the comments so we can check that shit out. Because I
Yeah.
know this band can get pretty filthy.
Yeah, I think taking an outside perspective, like, is it something that I could see myself putting on while I'm like, spacing out in a video game or something like that? I could definitely see it for that.
Yeah, for sure.
It wouldn't be something I like heavy listen to, like, I'm sitting there analyzing or something like that, which is okay. I don't think it's meant to be that.
Right.
I agree with you on the lead singer. I like it, the melody he had there. It was pretty catchy.
Yeah.
And who the fuck are we? I already know that this is way more approachable for a lot more people than
Yeah.
than the music I listen to. So, I mean, it was cool. It reminds me of metalcore. Like a song like this would fit right in of when, like all those like early 2000s bands weren't really metalcore. They were kind of post new metal.
Right.
That kind of era right there is where this fits in, which is fine. But it feels like that sound never really died. You know what I
I
mean?
think it's just coming back,
Yeah.
but that also could just be attributed to, because that was something I was going to mention, because it was very slight. Like, it's not full force like the baddie core, like Sleep
Yeah.
Token, but there's definitely pop elements in there. And not
Agreed.
just from the music, like the way the music is arranged or composed, but like the mix and master of it, if that
Yes,
makes,
I agree.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and not saying that's bad or good. I typically like something a little harder.
Right.
From when I heard of the tones and stuff, I've never heard another song by this band, so I have a feeling they do have some harder stuff in their discography. So I guarantee you, there's something by this band that I would definitely like a lot more than this. And they're from Texas, so they're close to me.
Yeah, shout out.
And yeah, so I have to give them love for that reason.
Yep.
So that's not a bad thing. Um, yeah. I mean, I agree with your synopsis. I think it's just, I think that there's probably some better stuff coming on. Are they on their way to releasing an album?
I think they just released a album last year or the year before, so this is
Okay.
probably just coasting them along while
Knocking the
they're.
dust off post tour, maybe.
I don't think that's talked about enough, or I don't think people notice, but I've noticed recently is you think once a band hits like a certain amount of, monthly listeners on Spotify or whatever, it's like, okay, that's the benchmark. They're just going to sit there. But if they don't release anything, those numbers go back down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's, you have to do something, in between the 2-3 years, whatever it takes to write a cohesive album. Also, any band that does that, dude, oftentimes whatever single they put out there just to kind of keep their name out there is never like that great. It's not never going to be the magnum opus of the
Yeah.
band.
I don't know. I feel like Vild put out just some like wild ass shit
Yeah. Well,
that's kind of like in that same realm.
I don't agree with people. I think Vild is working on something.
Oh,
They
okay.
have
That's
to
my
be.
that might be fair. Yeah.
They have to be.
But for most, I agree with you. I think that's kind of what it is. Like, great. I think the best example is Bring Me the Horizon's last release. It's
Mm,
exactly that. It's just a
yeah,
let's keep them engaged release. Not that it's bad. It's just not like life changing in any
right.
way. It's just a
But
metalcore
it
song.
keeps people talking about the band, so it's what you got to do. It's part of the world. Anyways, guys, again, head down to the comment section, throw us some bangers by the band, and we'll check them out. And we love you. Like, subscribe. We appreciate it. Until next time.
Peace out.